Hi and welcome to the second video of the day. I'm going to be sharing a deck that arrived here yesterday. It's one that I had ordered a while back, and it arrived, and I have to say it's one I was looking forward to getting because I just really liked the art. Now I have opened the box, I have opened the cellophane around the cards. Or not cellophane, sorry, this one wasn't in cellophane, the box was in cellophane, sorry, the box was wrapped up, the book was next, and then the cards. But I have one pet peeve with certain decks, because I didn't realise when I opened this that the deck would be split into two and are in two separate beds within the box. And one thing that has, you know, when you get that annoyed feeling here and you just think, ugh, wait till I show you. Now, has it put me off the deck? No, I'm hoping I can sort it out. So, this is the Stained Glass Tarot, and it's by James Edward. It's an illuminated journey through the cards. It's a 78 card deck and book. It's in the clamshell closing. Look at that beautiful stained glass. Look at the cover of the book. These are so gorgeous. And you'll see why I've got a little bit of an irk in a minute. I'll read the blurb to you on the back. We have 3 stained glass windows on the back of the box. Inspired by the intricate symbols and colours of the stained glass windows of cathedrals and other sacred places, this 78 card tarot set draws the reader into a meditative state as they contemplate the mystical symbolism and the stunning artwork of the cards. The accompanying guidebook provides thorough meanings for each card of both major and minor arcana and for their upright and reversed appearance, as well as evocative verses that invite the reader to explore each card's esoteric symbolism. For the 22 major arcana, the author explains how each card fits into the progressive soul's journey from the Fool to the World. For the minor arcana, he explains the significance of each of the suits and their key attributes and influences. He describes a number of ways to interpret each card and how to decide which interpretation to favour. He also includes a variety of card spreads and offers a glimpse into the tarot history and its connections to astrology, numerology, alchemy, the Western esoteric tradition, and the teachings of Carl Jung. This illuminating tarot set provides not only a highly detailed manual, but also mesmerising images that draw the eye and calm and focus the mind for an authentic divinatory experience. James Edward has been active in witchcraft and the occult for more than 20 years. A scientist by training, he is an animist as well as a spiritual ecologist, and he lives in southern Texas. What's the word I'm looking for? The publishers. The publishers were Destiny Books of Rochester, Vermont, and they can be found on www.destinybooks.com. The cover illustrations are by James Edward and the cover design by Aaron Davis. So there we go. Beautiful box, gorgeous colourful images. You know what I'm like about colour. It's got an oldie worldy feel about it, and it's exactly what I was after. Now let's take the book out. The book is a nice chunky book. There's no blurb on the back because the blurb's on the box, and it's full. It's full of information. Okay. Let's get to our contents page. We have an introduction, illumination, why stained glass, the structure of the tarot and how to use it, questions asked of the tarot, tarot spreads and reading. Then we have tarot history and symbolism, tarot and astrology, tarot and numerology, tarot and alchemy, tarot and Carl Jung. Then we have the major arcana through to the minor arcana, and then further reading on the back at page 324. There's a preface, acknowledgements, and I think this is going to be rather interesting to get my teeth into. There's some sort of poetry here. There is poetry here, not some sort of. What an awful thing to say. The Major Arcana. Just have a look at the first verse. The Major Arcana, mystic and grand, being archetypes for us to understand, each with a story, a lesson to guide, on our journey to steadily apply. From fool to world the 22, from a path we're bound to pursue, a chronological journey one by one, each with a message to grow upon. The magician with the power to wield brings forth new ventures to be revealed, and justice with her scales in hand brings quality to every land. Lovers' cards with passion and fire encourages both love and desire. With the chariot, strength is found to overcome obstacles to which we're bound. And the high priestess with her silent ways offers wisdom for each of our days. The hermit with his lantern bright guides us through the darkest night. Strength with the lion and her grip so tight reminds us to face our fears and never take flight. And death assures that us all must end, and with it new life we shall begin. The tower strikes with sudden force, breaking us free from our bounded course, and judgment with its final call gives us a chance to rise from our fall. With the sun comes light and cheer, bringing happiness ever so near. The moon with her shadows and depths help us evolve and take a giant step. The world with its perfect balance and grace tells us the journey's come to its rightful place. The Major Arcana, a journey to behold. With each card, a story is told. Isn't that lovely? Then lists the cards. It gives keywords for each one. It talks about the astrological association and more obscure meanings. It's very, very in depth. So if we look at strength, for instance, we have another poem under strength. So there's poetry in here as well, which really does tick all the boxes, doesn't it? It gives us the upright meaning, the reversed astrological associations, more obscure meanings. When we look at the taming of the beast within, spiritual power, creative potential, inner conflict, weakness or lack of control, external obstacles. It has the Jungian interpretation, strength and love, relationships, health and well-being. This is all on one card. Strength, money and career, spirituality and spiritual development, seeking clarity. And this is still all the strength card. Chester, no. Answering, strength, answering a question. So how is my past affecting my present, for instance? Then we have strength's ancestral influence, unknown or hidden influences, and then we get to the hermit. There's a huge amount on each card, an absolute huge amount on each card. There's a poem with each card. It's just really deep. This is probably one of the most deepest books that has so much per each card that comes with a tarot kit like this. And then we've got even the minors have poetry to go with them. It's just unreal that the amount of work that's been put into this to not only incorporate all the information but to actually write poetry for it as well. It's beautiful. It really is actually beautiful. You know, the book itself. It's in black and white. It's something that is really going to feed your well. So far, so good. Now comes my erg. We have the first half of the deck. You see the deck is in two parts and they've got these little plastic ties around them. So the first part is the Fool through to the Three of Cups. And there it is, nice and flat and even. The second section is the Four of Cups, right the way through to the last card, which is the King of Pentacles. And this is what there is. Bent, buckled, gaping gaps. What the hell happened to the second half of the deck? Did somebody decide whilst packing it, let's just bend the effing life out of it, let's make it crumpled and nasty, and let's make it really irk somebody that potentially could be described of having some form of OCD. So I haven't even put the deck together yet because I took one look at that and I just put it back in the box. So I'm going to bend it backwards. I'm going to put heavy books on it. It's nothing that can't be repaired. It's just, I thought, well, how can they get that so perfect? And then you get that. Just look. So let's take the binding off them. That's the binding off this deck. Now look. It's completely bloody buckled. Look at that. The gaps in it. Now, I know it's not second hand because it was all sealed. So this would have happened at the point of packing, at the point of production. What the hell went wrong? And then we've got the first part of the deck. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Take off the binding. It's still perfect. Now let's put the two piles together. Straight away you can see the difference. Look, you can see right the way through. Hi! Yeah, you can see my fingers waving through that. Isn't that shocking? I know this probably won't be something that will irk some people, but it really is something that irks me. It's sort of not taken away from the deck, but it's certainly taken away from the people that packed it. What were you blooming well thinking, guys? Chester, can you stop? They're outside. Let me close that window. Now, I'm going to shuffle them. If I push them together like that. Now, I'm going to try, okay? Look at that. It is pretty bad, isn't it? It's not sitting together at all. These. If I take that first half back off, you can actually see at the exact point where it is at. It's like a blooming rocker. You know, if I put that on the table, it rocks. Now I'm going to bend it the opposite way, just a tad. Hold it for a little bit as if I was riffling it. Still, no. See, there's a buckle there in the cards. A buckle there. See that buckle? That's not going to go. No, I don't think no amount of bending will do that. Let me shuffle them together. Actually, let's go through the cards first. I'll give you an idea of what the artwork is like, because it is a lovely deck. It's got a faint gloss on it. It's not a matte finish. It is you know, that sort of cardboardy. Destiny Books did this, so I don't know. I've not had a Destiny Books deck before. It's just standard card, really. How does it size to a... See, I've had this deck for, let's see, for 7 years. This deck I've had for 7 years. Look at it. Now that's riffle shuffled, it's hand over hand shuffled, it travels everywhere with me. You can see it's all grubby because it's much loved and much used. I've never had this sort of issue. I don't know. So you can see the size difference. It's again taller and wider than a standard tarot card. Now here we have the Fool. It's one of the nice straight ones, right up until the three of Cups, and then it goes completely boobs up. There you go. You can see the colour there. There you go. Pop it there. Isn't that lovely? There's a fieriness in this. A fieriness, a passion for growth, determination. Looking to the future. Beautiful. Our Magician. Those are the backs of the cards, by the way. Lovely backs. Oh, the High Priestess. And, you know, you've got the name on it twice. First of all, on the bottom of the stained glass window, as you would see in a church or in, you know, a big cathedral, and then the name on the card itself. So you've got it as part of the art, and then just to clarify which one you're looking at. That's beautiful. The Empress. Again, I'll just go through the majors and pick out one or two minors. Sam. I love the raven here on the there's two of them actually with the emperor. He has a very Jesus look about him, doesn't he? Even to the he has a crown on his head, but it would be more like acorns rather than thorns. The Hierophant, very similar. Sam, shush. The Lovers. The Chariot. Strength. Sam and Chester are starting to get on really well. I'm whispering in case they hear me and decide not to. Go, isn't that lovely? Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Justice. The Hanged Man. Now the Hanged Man's hanging by one arm, the right way up, but he looks as though he's been flogged, to be quite honest. Look at the markings on his body. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Sam, what are you doing? Death. Temperance. The Devil. The Tower. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. The World. That's Sam trying to get into my bedroom. He likes to get onto my bed. When he gets onto my bed, he jumps in amongst the pillows and he flicks them all onto the floor. Right. Sambo, come on. Sally's chilling out on her chair downstairs. Look at that for the Ace of Wands. Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely glorious. First view, there you go. Two of Wands, fire and ice, hot and cold, light and dark. Three of Wands. Four. And then now Five of Wands, look at that. Right, I'm just going to move us on here a little bit so you can see the style there, you know. I'll just show you here a court card. So here we have the King of Wands. Less sort of regal looking, more like, he looks like he's come from The Hobbit. With his staff, his brooch. He looks like he's on a mission, a man on a mission, a people's king. That's what he looks like, a people's king. In fact, our knight looks more, you know, look at the knight again, you've got the light and dark shadow. You've got the lion alongside it. simply stunning. It really is a beautiful deck. I'm just really irked by the bendiness of the second half of it. Here's the Ace of Cups. Just look at that for an Ace of Cups. Oh my goodness, the colour. It's blooming gorgeous. Again, we've got the fire and ice and the light and dark of the cups. The cups are in a way a little bit pippish because they're, you know, it's just like the cups are the three. Sorry, there's the three out there. But even so, the backgrounds and everything else can fill you in the stained glass window. There's our Five of Cups. You know, and usually with our Five of Cups we see spilt, you know, liquid coming out of the cups. And here you sort of have the different cups. They're all different colours, different patterns on them. There's a sort of forest in the foreground, woodlands, mountains, and water in the front of it before you get there. It's just, the thought that's gone into it is actually quite remarkable. And again, I'll move on if I see anything that, oh look, our 7, there's our 7, look at the colour in that. Jeepers, isn't it gorgeous? Here I'll show you, in this one I'll show you the page. Isn't he a nice page? Okay. Actually, our king looks younger than the page. There's our king. That's the page. Lovely. The Ace of Swords. Let's look at some later ones here. Look at our Six of Swords here. I like that Six of Swords, I really do. Our Seven of Swords. You see, when you're handling the second half, it's not as bad, I don't think. There's our 8. 9. 10. And now we're going to look at a Queen. Our Queen of Swords. Oh, she looks like she means business, doesn't she? Not one to mess with, I would say. And our King, who does look very kingly. And then we have our Ace of Pentacles. I love this egg shape on all the aces. So the start, the beginning, something new, something about to be birthed, you know, an idea, a plan, creativity, you know, planting, getting, preparing, you know, planning, all that sort of thing. And I'm going to show you in this one, oh, we'll go, oh, look at our Five of Pentacles, and all, you know, that you can sort of see poverty and illness through colour here. It's that sort of, she looks sort of poorly, but yet it doesn't seem as dire as some of the Five of Pentacles have in other decks. Oops. Eight of Pentacles is nice. You're sort of working hard to balance the scales. Sorry, that wasn't the 8, that was the 6. What am I saying? Here's the 8, working hard. No. Some of them, now the 6, 7, 8 and 9 are all very, very similar. The 10, again, slightly similar, but more focus on the centre images. And here we have, I'll show you all the courts here. The Page, oh, excuse me, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. I didn't go through the whole deck because it, you know, it'd make it a very lengthy video. I just thought I'd share it with you. So this is the Stained Glass Tarot by James Edward. I'm going to riffle it, see what it's like to riffle. It is a bigger deck. I'm hoping that using it, riffling it, will have all the cards sitting together a little better than what they have done, and that through use, because I do intend to use this deck, I intend to sit down with this book because I do think this book is going to add to our well of knowledge when it comes to tarot, and I think you know there'll be things that you can read in that you can apply to other decks as well. I think I might take it out of that box and keep it in a bag. Okay, so I can live with that. I can live with that. Now that I've shoved, you can still see there's the gap with the card that's bent here. You can see where the bent cards are, and here the buckled cards. I do think that in time that will just come to look like a well-used deck. But when you see it to the level it was there, two halves of one deck in totally different conditions, it really can annoy you. But I don't want that annoyance to take away from the beauty of the cards, because as we've seen individually, there's nothing wrong with the cards. Individually, you know, they look pretty good. They riffle, shuffle nicely. What am I seeing here? Oh no, that was just my eyes for a minute there. As I said, I really do need to sort out these glasses. But I don't think I'm going to separate them into the two sections. In fact, would that fit in? No, it wouldn't fit in there. I might have to. I might have no choice actually. But if I face them the other way and put them with different cards, it might straighten them out a bit and put the book on top. Flatten them. So that's this deck. It is a beautiful deck. Like I say, the irkiness for me was seeing the state of the second half of the deck. It was just very, very annoying. Other than that, this is beautiful. The book is on another level altogether. It's actually so gorgeous. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the bands back on because they're all held together now. They're all shuffled and riffled, so it might help in straightening them up. And I'm going to put them, instead of face up, I'm going to put them face down so that they're lying a different way in the box to what they were when I got them. Come on, in you go. There you go. I've put those bands back on. You can see the bend there. So if I pop them that way, pop them into the box like that, they should lie flat. There should be no bend. But this, yeah, I'm really looking forward to, you know, to this. And just, do you know what? Just reading the poetry on its own is going to be, you know, food for your soul. So, what do I think of that? I think it's a beautiful deck. I think it's the information in the book is, like I said, and I'm just blown away with it. It's just that one pet peeve that, in all honesty, it's not something that can't be rectified by care and by just having patience. And as you've probably noticed, sometimes I don't have that. So folks, I hope you like this deck. I hope you like this. I know it wasn't a full walkthrough. What I may do down the line is do something where we're looking at reading and comparing cards and seeing what we get from different decks, and the decks like this, and you know, my Arcania, the Bee Tarot, and a variety of others will feature in them, and I might actually see if I can do that with somebody else here on my channel. Do it as a live. I've got a live planned coming up. I shall let you know near the time who's going to be on here, and I shall see you soon. Look out for the VR that I'm doing to Simon from the Hermit's Cave, and that's it. 3 videos in one day. I don't know. It's too much, Elaine. It's too much. Take care, folks. See you soon. Bye.